Dun, dun. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Weekly Korean Live class. My name is Keijin. 안녕하세요, Keijin입니다. And 안녕하세요, 침치입니다. Awesome. Rosie, Anisha, Kishore, Powell, Kwati, Sumipati, 크리스 씨, 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요. Thank you so much for your comments and welcome. Today's lesson is super duper important because the topic is nasalization. I always find this word difficult to pronounce it. Because some of the Korean Batchim sound changed to nasal sound. Nasal sound. Well, I'll introduce it very soon, so please keep watching this video because it's super important. Please, for those of you who are watching this video, this is a part that I think most beginners found very difficult, and also the people who speak Korean fluently usually overcome this one quite early. So, 크리스 씨 맞아요. Please remember to click the link in the description. Yes. And Mr. Shannon and Philistas, Janen, Akshay, Priyanka, Yasai. Yes, 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요. Kishore is here too. So if you click the link in the description, you will see some page where you can download this free Hangul writing worksheet. 짜잔, like this. Yeah, you see this kind of page. So make sure to log into Korean Class 101, or if you are not a member, just sign up for free. This is free material for free users. So if you click the link in the description, you will see a page like this. Just scroll down, then you will see some blue button. Just click it to download it. So enjoy learning Hangul. And after learning Hangul with me, today is week 11. So now we are doing Hangul and Batchim lesson. And after my video, I always upload it on YouTube and Facebook. And you can review it. And after review, you need to write down, practice. Could you scroll down quickly, Jan? Yeah, this is the alphabet page. So if you are already a member, you can download this. Plus, you can learn about Hangul. On this page, there's a history of Hangul and Hangul pronunciation, and you can find my video, so like this. So enjoy learning Hangul here too. Okay, so let's go back to today's lesson. So as I mentioned, this is today's topic, nasalization. And Kwati, 감사합니다. Yes, it was Teacher's Day yesterday. Thank you. 고마워요. And Sumipati, I saw your drawing right before the live streaming. I'll answer you after this. Thank you. Akshay, hello. Hope you will enjoy today's lesson. So Jam Batchim lesson is back as usual. So today we are focused on these alphabets, these Batchim alphabet. And little Lulu, 안녕하세요. Okay, so well, this is what I just mentioned about the Hangul writing worksheet. Let's start. I'm a serious teacher because I really want you to overcome this difficult topic. So I'll be very serious today. And Vilma, you're watching from Philippines. Hey, and 빌잖아. 안녕하세요. And Chimchim is also saying 안녕하세요 to everyone. So let me start with the rule first. I'm sure it's not easy to understand it at the beginning, but I'll show you many examples and you will be understanding. So please watch until the end. Okay, there are some words with 2 syllables, or 2, 3, 4, 5, but at least 2 syllables. Let me draw it with different color. Maybe like this. So Korean syllables are like this. Korean alphabet always looks like this. And at this 받침 position, 받침 means the final consonant. So it's a consonant that comes here. So sometimes the 받침 is like this. 기역, 디귿, 비읍. The pronunciation is like this. Let me write it here. 읍, 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 읍. So yes, sometimes this 받침 has this sound. And in the next syllable, maybe around here, the nasal sounds comes like one of these. Like this is silent sound. And this one is like un. Or this is like or this is a Then what happens is it's so interesting. It's so interesting. 짜잔. 짜잔. I want to change the color. Yes, I changed the color successfully. So these sounds change to 따란, sound. And this sound change to sound. And these sounds change to sound. Well, at the beginning, it's so natural that you will understand nothing because I didn't even show you example. First, I want to quickly explain the rule and show you the example and explain again. So what does it mean? Something is changing, right? Right? Something is changing. So I'll show you many examples now. So, Felicia, yes, belated happy Teacher's Day. Thank you very much. Yes, actually, I'm really serious. Get scared because serious teacher is scary. What exactly? Scary teacher. Fluffy, of course I remember. You joined again. Thank you so much. And Emily, 안녕하세요. Joining every week. Thank you. And Ashley, 안녕하세요. And Nathaniel, 안녕하십니까? You're very formal. So what does that mean? So this becomes becomes and becomes and becomes right? Why? So first, here's an example. I show you example and explain why the sounds changes. So the people who never learned this 받침 pronunciation, they read these words like this. This is 작 because, well, this sound is z, and this sound is like a. And this sound is like ak. So all together is like 작. And the next alphabet, let's read it together. So they think, this alphabet is this. And this alphabet sounds like 여. And this alphabet is like 은. So all together is 작년. Right? The pronunciation of this alphabet is, this syllable is 작년, right? 작년. Theoretically, yes, that's correct. However, in Korean, we don't read the letters syllable by syllable like this. 작년. We don't say it that way. But to make the pronunciation easier, we kind of connect the 받침 sound and next the consonant. We naturally connect them to pronounce it easily. We don't say 작년. No, we connect it. So how do we connect? So let's see. Jan, this is air blocking sound and this is nasal sound. So air blocking sound is like this. 작, or ap. This is blocking the air. So air blocking sound or stop sound. 착. And nasal sounds coming here like 는, So these are all the nasal sounds because you're using your nose sound, the nasal sound. So 작년 is so difficult to pronounce because first you have to block the air and next you have to use your nasal sound. It's a lot of work. So what happened is Korean people make this air blocking sound, the stop sounds, to nasal sound. What? Because if there are air blocking sound, nasal sound is so difficult. So they or we naturally change these air blocking sounds to nasal sounds. So if there's a nasal sound, then it's easier to pronounce, right? Because nasal is easy. So what happens is 짠, 짠, 짠. Okay, I changed the color. This air blocking sounds is, oops, I want to over here. Okay. Today I'm having a lot of, not a lot, but some of trouble with iPad, but everything is okay. 착, 착, 착. The nasal version of this sound is ng. Because when you pronounce ak, and ang, actually your tongue movement is quite similar, but the difference is blocking the air or just you make a nasal sound. So the nasal version of sound is So how we pronounce is 작년. Ooh, yes, it's not 작년. Nope. It's 작년. Priyanka, so we are once again combining the basic vowels like previous we did. Yes, we are combining basic consonant, by the way. Consonant. Yes, what is 받침? Fluffy. 받침 is a consonant that comes at the bottom of a syllable. 짠, like this. These are 받침 in Korean. 서대스나, I don't know. I know because this is a very difficult concept at the beginning. So it's hard, but I'll show you many examples and we'll practice a lot. So we will be okay. And Travel, 안녕하세요. So 작년, letter by letter. 작년. However, in real life, we pronounce 작년. 작년 means last year. What did you do? 작년. What did you do last year? 작년에 뭐 했어요? Do you remember? So it's 작년. And Priyanka, thank you for explaining what 받침 is. That's perfect. Very good. Okay. Oh, wow, Fluffy, you are so smart. Exactly, you are right. And Tarana, you are not so late. Lucky. Okay, so that's not. It's all okay? Debasish is your real name. Nice. I'll still read your nickname so other people can also notice that I'm calling you. If I say their real name, people would have no idea, like, who is she talking about? And 가일론 씨, 안녕하세요. Okay, so let's look at the second example. Well, some people already noticed the answer, but well, I want to explain it again. Okay, so let me see. If someone didn't learn the 받침, will pronounce this word like this. This is like o. This is like op, and this is like mu, and this is like u. So the word is op mu, right? This is op. Oops, it's all gone. Okay. Right again, many small iPad issue, but so this word is like this, right? op mu, right? Nope. We don't read syllable by syllable, but we tend to connect the word to pronounce easily. So what happens is there is air blocking sounds like op, And there is nasal sound here, up, so I have to use two different sounds like this, blocking the air, and next we have to change the sounds to nose and making nasal sounds. It's like so difficult to pronounce many words quickly. So what happens is, 짠, we change this air blocking sounds to the nasal sound, nasal version. So, 짠, up, 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 up. Can you guess what is the nasal version of this? Up, 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 up. The nasal version is m. So you see the shape, how I pronounce the word is almost similar, like up, up, up is the air blocking version, and the nasal version is a m. So, well, I use the same part of my mouth. So the nasal version of up, 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 up is 따란. So it becomes 업무. It's not 업무, nope. 업무 means task or work. Okay. Oh, Alina, thank you. I'm happy to hear this approach make things so easy and fun. Great, because it's so important, and I hope you will get used to it so you can sound like native speaker. Yay! Okay. Priyanka, I see you wanted to write consonant but vowels. No problems. I understood your intention. I read your mind. And okay, 지금 받침 lost to the next consonant. Exactly. This 받침 lost to the following consonant. This was stronger. Basically, the nasal sound was stronger. 야사이. Great. Exactly. This up become sound. And Akshay, wow, you have very good example too. So let me use your example too. Akshay's example is this. 국, 물. So basically it means the soup. So when I read this one letter by letter, it will be like this. 국, 물, 국, 물, 국, 물. So difficult to pronounce it. Air blocking sounds and nasal sounds right after that. I have to use many different parts of my mouth and nose. It's like confusing. So what happens is, 따란, 따란, this air blocking sound, lost. It becomes a nasal sound. So nasal sounds, pronouncing nasal sound followed by another nasal sound is so easy. It's just 국물, 국물, 국물. Okay, good? Okay, so since you are too good, let me now show you the rule, serious rule. When one of the 짜잔, 기역, 디귿, 비읍, are in 받침 sound, just like 작년, because there was this alphabet is one of these, right? These are in 받침, and 짠, and nasal sounds are followed. Then what happens is these 받침 sounds is changed to this sound. So 짠, this one is a The nasal version is you are actually touching the same part of your mouth, I mean palate, the top of your mouth, when you pronounce this and this. How about this? And the nasal version is an And the nasal version is Are you okay? And this looks hard. And how do Korean people remember all these rules? Like when they see Korean people are super smart, like, okay, there's 기억 and nasal sounds is coming right after that, so I changed to ng. Okay, 작년. So is this how Korean people do that? Nope. Actually, a lot of native Korean people don't even recognize this rule. This happens very naturally, and you will actually understand this if you pronounce these words with me together. Like while you're learning, please read it out yourself, then you will understand that your tongue muscle will naturally pronounce this one. It's not the rule that Korean people made, but it was made naturally. Yasa, exactly. We don't remember. We just say it. It's very natural. Naturally, it happens. I think it's something like that. It's like internet. So there's the internet, and Americans tend to pronounce a T sound very softly, like internet. And do Americans think like this? Okay, so there's a T sound, so I'm going to change to the weak sound and like internet, like this? No, I think they just say naturally. It's very important for you to practice your tongue muscle. Your tongue muscle will remember that. Priyanka, exactly, like muscle memory. Perfect, exactly. Oh, Sudesna, you don't know how to write Korean language, but you are starting learning Korean for your future job. Good luck, and please remember, pronunciation is important if you want to communicate with native Korean people. Yasai, it's language evolution. Yeah, exactly, I agree with you. So Korean people just want to pronounce the words much easily, so it happens very naturally. And Kwati, that's a very good question, but unfortunately, that's a topic for in the next few weeks. I think it's not next week, but in the next few weeks. So please wait maybe 2-3 weeks more. Yeah, I explained, I think in 2 weeks. Okay, so here's another example. Let's practice. So now imagine you are a super beginner Korean learner who hasn't learned the Batchim rules. What happens is they say, 식. Okay, so the pronunciation of this is 식. And this is 물. So plant in Korean is 식물, right? Nope. Korean people love making the pronunciation easy. Air blocking sounds and nasal sound don't go well together, don't go very well because it's difficult. So this becomes the nasal version, which is ng, like 식물. Good? 식물 means plant. I love green and plant. Let's look at another example. Now I have this. Let's imagine again, like you never learned this Batchim rule, and you're like, okay, this is like 한, and this alphabet is like 국, 말, 한국말, right? But now, smart students like you notice this. Oh, no, this is too difficult to pronounce. So what happens is, this becomes nasal version, 한국말, it means the Korean language. 한국말, I'm now speaking 한국말로 말하고 있어요. So 한국말. So when you see this alphabet, well, maybe at the beginning, very beginning, you need to think like, oh, this is like nasal sounds and this is an air blocking sound they mean, so it's better to like pronounce separately, etc. But as time goes by, you will be okay because you will understand naturally. Like when you pronounce quickly, even before this air blocking sound, your tongue muscle is ready to pronounce the nasal sound. So automatically, you pronounce this as a nasal version. So please practice it. Okay. So do you have any questions so far? All good? 가일론 씨 맞아요. It's not 작년, it's 작년. That's how you pronounce it. Kjin 맞아요. By the way, not me, but there's a nickname, Kjin. And yes, it's not American language. It's not 미국말. It's 미국말. Okay, very good. And the hardest part of this nasalization is, John, there's another rule. There are two rules. So let me first explain this formation first and show you the example and then explain again. Then you will understand better. So again, in Korean, there are the letters are like this syllable. And at the 받침 position, sometimes these alphabets are here. One of this, not everything, but one of this comes at the bottom as a 받침 position. And then what happens is sometimes here, 리을 is coming. Then what happens is, surprise, this 리을 sound is changed to 니은 sound. It sounds crazy, right? Actually, how does nasalization affect the pronunciation of compound words like 국, 립? Yes, a very good question. Please, wait a little bit more, because this is what I'm going to explain. Actually, this is a perfect question, and let me explain this first. And this will answer you naturally. Yeah, Priyanka, right? So it's because, air blocking sound, and this nasal sound, these are difficult pronunciation because you have to close your mouth a little, like or it's hard. And then this 리을 is a little difficult to pronounce it because you have to kind of roll your tongue a little. Not like English R, English L, they roll too much. But in Korean, we roll a little less, but still we have to roll our tongue, which means this alphabet, this one requires a lot of effort on our side. After using a lot of effort here, and the next tongue rolling, that's a lot of work. So what happens is we change this 리을 sound. Oh, there are so many circles. How hard to see it. We change this 리을 sounds to 니은 because 니은, 은 sound is easier to pronounce. Basically, in Korean, when you pronounce this 리을 sound, you roll your tongue like this. This one, you don't roll your tongue, but your tongue is more like flat. So you need to put less effort, but you touch the same part of your mouth. So they sound similar to Korean people, but definitely these require less effort. So it sounds hard, but let me show you the example again. Oh, okay. How do you pronounce it? Imagine you haven't learned any 받침 rules. So this is 심. Okay, this is 리, right? So it's 심리, right? 심리. When you can do that, but more naturally and also more easily, you can pronounce like this. Change 리 to 리. 심리, psychology. Again, 심, you already closed your mouth. So when you pronounce the following sound very quickly, rolling your tongue requires a lot of work. So instead of rolling, you just quickly pronounce without rolling, like 심리, not 심리, 심리. And Tarana, who made Korean grammar? Nobody made a Korean grammar. It happens naturally. Plus, this is not grammar. This is just pronunciation. So we write like this. 심리. This is how we write. But how we actually pronounce in real life is like this. 심리. Simply because it's easier to pronounce. And Soumya, good question. Actually, in romanization, when you think about the Korean romanization, it's like 심리 or 심리. Actually, to Korean people, it doesn't matter because Korean real is not L or not R. None of them. None of them. But it's similar to both of them somewhat. And also, for romanization, we need to use the English alphabet. So we found similar letter, which is R or L. So it actually doesn't matter because the Korean pronunciation is different from the English alphabet. So it's 심리. Very often people write like this. 심리 R. But actually in real life, we pronounce like this. 심리 and 심리, 심리, psychology. Is that okay? Let's practice one more time. And Kailon, exactly, very good. You know the answer. And KG, 심리학과? 맞아요, 있어. 심리학과. 심리학과 있어. Psychology major. Okay. And Sudes now. Oh, your first day. And Rohan, it's your first day. Hey, everyone who is watching this video for the first time. I welcome you so much. And actually, this is 11th week of Hangul and Batchim lessons. So this lesson might be a little difficult, but don't worry. I already uploaded all the videos, previous videos from week to week 10. So when you have time, watch previous ones too. Yes, so that's not perfect. It's 심리, 심리. Okay, so Mia, 심리, exactly. It's I see. To you, it sounds like 심디, but actually this is Korean. And again, Korean alphabet sounds different from Korean, the English alphabet. So if you say 심미, 심디, 심리, so D and ni, they are different. 심디 and 심리, 심리, 심리. Okay, and Priyanka, you got the answer. So, Jan, let's read this alphabet as if you haven't learned. So it's 료, 수. Okay, so for this you already close your mouth and you want to pronounce the following sound very quickly, but 료 requires a lot of effort because it's rolling. You have to roll your tongue. You don't have time to roll your tongue because you have to pronounce it quickly. So even before rolling, you just pronounce it. And this 료 sounds like 료. So theoretically, it should be 음료수, but we just say 음료수. 음료수 is too hard. 음료수. Yes, it's 료, 야사이. Perfect. Very good. And KJ, that topic is coming next week. So I'll not read your comment right now because I don't want to spoil yet. Okay. Koati, that's a good example. Well, good example for the rule number 1 is 박물관, but it's not. Let me write it here. 박물관. Now there is air blocking sound with nasal sounds. So what happened is, it's not 박물관, it's 박물관. This sounds changed to sound as in 박물관. Okay. 케이준, that's good example too. 식료품. And 가일론 씨, 맞아요. Okay, so let me explain the rule again. So now you understand the rule a little better, right? When one of these air blocking sounds or nasal sounds comes before deer is changed to 니은. Wow, so important. deer changes to 니은 because this and deer are hard to pronounce it together. Are you okay? So, 짠. Let's try this word now. I'm going to invade your language brain to insert the Korean language skill now. So, how can you say invasion in Korean? If you haven't learned the alphabet, you probably say, this is 침, as in 침침이, 침침. And this is, so this is 침략. But now you know that I already closed my mouth to air blocking sounds or nasal sounds. I close my mouth to pronounce this sound. So the next sound requires too much effort to roll my tongue. So what happens is I choose the easier pronunciation instead of this, which is N. So theoretically it should be 침략, 침략, but we just pronounce it like 침략, 침략, invasion, invasion. I'm invading your brain now. to insert the Korean knowledge. Okay, so 침략, 침략. It's not 침략, 침략. And again, Korean people don't think about this rule. No, we don't think about it. It just happens very naturally because it's easier to pronounce it. Okay, so next example. Tarana, you got the answer already. So now I want to introduce the word president. By the way, president means, so president of my company? Something like that? No. President of a country only. So in Korean is, 짠, let me write it here, is 대통령. 대통령. This is how we write it. 대통령, 대통령. To pronounce easily, we change this to N. Like 대통령, 대통령. 대통령 means president of a country. Actually, 침침이 invades our heart. Indeed. Cute. Okay. So, are you okay with these rules now? So, next. I'm sorry. How about this? How about this? Okay. Yes, it's 침착맨. No, 침착맨. By the way, 침착맨 is one of the most popular YouTube channel in Korea these days. He's a webtoon artist, a webtoon designer. Wait, how can I say? Cartooner. He drew the cartoons. He used to draw cartoons, but he's very successful as a YouTuber. But 침착맨, yes. Okay, so can anyone pronounce this word? First word is independence. In Korean is, let me read it letter by letter first. 독립, 독립, 독립. Tarana, my bias changes a lot in BTS. I mean, they are so all attractive. And Cody, 안녕하세요, welcome. So when you pronounce this one, you probably pronounce like this. Okay. So it's like 독립. And smart students might notice this. Hey teacher, I noticed this. There's air blocking sound. There's real sounds. So what happens is, 짠, this change to N, as in 독립. If you say the answer is 독립, I will say it's half correct. Half correct. Half correct. Because you just applied the rule number 2. But now you see rule number 1 again. Oh, wait. Let's see. There is air blocking sound here and there is a nasal sound. So it's like, currently it's like 독립. But now, because of the air blocking sound, it changed to nasal sound, right? So what happens is, this becomes NG, as in 독립, 독립. Did you notice? So yes, you can actually apply these 2 different rules that I just taught you today. So remember, 짠, 짠. So rule number 1 is this. Well, it's hard to read. If the Batchim sound has one of these sounds and the nasal comes here, then these sounds change to the nasal sound. Rule number 2 is one of these sounds meets real like this, then this real changes to niun, right? So these 2 rules can be combined. Whoa! 짠! Okay, moving back. 야살. Independence Day in Korean is 광복절, 광복절, or 독립기념일, 독립기념일. Okay, so let's practice again. How about this? Memory. Memory in Korean is, well, let's read letter by letter, which is 기억력, 기억력, 기억력. Ah, teacher, I noticed something. There is real meaning this. Ah, air blocking sound. So to pronounce easily, you change to di은, right? Yes, exactly. But then it becomes 기억력, right? 기억력. So, okay. So now you this sounds meet this sound, this 기억 air blocking sounds meet this nasal sounds like. And what happens is now you know it. These sounds change to nasal sounds. ng, as in 기억력, 기억력. So basically, this is a rule. These are the rules. But again, Korean people don't think this way. It's like, okay, first it becomes 독립 and second we did. And first 기억, okay, there is a this. So it becomes like and, so okay, it's like this. But I've and there's like nasal sounds like this. Nope. Nope. That's why it's very important to train your tongue. It's just naturally when the real meets these air blocking sounds or stuff, then it becomes, this one naturally become nasal version, and these sounds become N. That's why we need practice. 밀잖아, I love that advice. So forget using romanization. Exactly. Actually, in my opinion, a lot of confusion is coming because of the romanization. They think in the English alphabet, and it's like, why does like R is changing to like N or something? I don't understand. It's because you are thinking in English pronunciation. And Ellen, 독립 맞아요. 독립. And 파티마 안녕하세요. Yes, KG. 기억력, this is how we speak more softly, easily. And Rosie, yes, if you're late, you watch this 10 times. It's punishment. Okay. That's a very good example, Aaron. Ooh. Do you know how to read this? This is 16. However, originally this alphabet was 6. So some people still pronounce it like this. 16. But what happens is, there is an air blocking sound here, and real coming, which means 10. The real change to 니은 as in 16. And then, the air blocking sounds meets the nasal sounds. What happens is it becomes 16. So this is how we change. If you really want to understand the theory, this is the theory. But again, Korean people don't think this way. We train our muscle. I mean, this is our pronunciation, so it happens very naturally. But as a foreigner who are not familiar with this Korean alphabet, Korean pronunciation, unfortunately, you have to study this and then practice your tongue muscle. And Billy-jana, every Korean dictionary has pronunciation in Korean. Yep. And if you use online dictionary, you can hear pronunciation as well. Yes, I love this advice. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, there are a lot of free online internet dictionaries, so please check them out. And you can also think about this pronunciation on your own, but sometimes you're not sure which one is correct. Then make sure to check dictionary. Dictionary can give you the answer. Rosie, again and again. Yes, please watch again and again. And Alina, right, you have to think in Korean pronunciation. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so rule number 3. The previous 2 rules can happen together. So how about these example? 짜잔! So let me see. If you read letter by letter, it would be 압력, which means pressure. Pressure, 압력, 압력. Ah, I noticed something. There is air blocking sound with near, so it becomes this, like 압력, 압력, 압력. And now, oh, I give you hint already. Now I see this up air blocking sounds meeting the nasal sound, so it becomes 압력, 압력. So this is how Korean people pronounce it. Plus again, this happens very naturally. So air blocking sound and these real sounds coming together. So Korean people now naturally we just pronounce it like nasal sound, nasal sound, nasal sounds, as in 압력, 압력, because both of them are the nasal sounds, right? 압력, 압력, 압력. Tarana, you really saved my life. Thank you. This is not an easy rule. That's why I think even intermediate learners make a lot of mistakes here. Unless you practice a lot, it's very easy to make mistake. How about the last word, pomegranate, the fruit? So now you can kind of guess, right? The air blocking sound and this, the real sound. So you kind of pronounce the nasal version, nasal version. The nasal version here is like NG, and nasal version for this is like N. So it's like 성류, 성류, 성류. So without even thinking about the rules, you will pronounce it naturally if your tongue muscle is trained. I want to emphasize again because it's really important. And Ellen, 압력 맞아요. You are right. And Kailon, 성류. Exactly. It's 성류, 성류. Okay. So today we learned many words. So I'll read these out again. So please practice with me and remember the meaning too, if you can. Okay. So first we have, let me make it a little small. Okay. Good. This, 짠, maybe it's better. 작년, 작년. 업무, 업무. 심리, 심리. 음료수, 음료수. 독립, 독립. 기억력, 기억력. Now you're okay with the pronunciation, right? Do you remember the meaning? 작년, last year. 업무, task. 심리, psychology. 음료수, beverage. 독립, independence. 기억력, 기억력, memory. Are there any exceptions to the nasalization rules for Batchim, such as specific dialect or certain commonly used phrases when nasalization does not apply? About the dialect, let me be very honest. I speak the standard Korean. Basically, the standard Korean is based on the Seoul language, Seoul language. So I'm not very familiar with the dialect. When I hear the dialect, I understand, but I cannot say about the rules of dialect. I only know the Seoul dialect, standard Korean. And Priyanka, yes, but these basic ones are applied for other dialects too in general. Yeah, and I feel like these days the dialects got weaker and weaker, and more people use the standard Korean, the Seoul language. Maybe it's because people are always watching the YouTube and TV, so young people can speak Seoul dialect very easily. I think they're exposed to that. And 가일롱 감사합니다. And Soumya, from where I can get more Korean words which following these two rules? That's a good question. And I did a lot of Batchim lessons previously. You can also check out the previous ones or come to Korean Class 101. Actually, these lessons are based on our existing Korean Class 101 lesson. So you can check out our Korean Class 101 Batchim or pronunciation lesson series. Then you can find more examples. Okay, so here we go. We have more example. 짠. 식물, 식물. 한국말, 한국말. 침략, 침략. 대통령, 대통령. 압력, 압력. 석류, 석류. Are you okay with this? Now, do you remember the meaning of these words? 식물, plant. 한국말, Korean language. 침략, invasion. 대통령, president of a country. 압력, pressure. 석류, pomegranate. Okay, good? Okay, so today we learned a lot of things. But this lesson is super important. I would say this is one of the most important lesson of all the Batchim lessons that we did. I mean, the next ones are important too, but this one is so important. Okay, 카일론 진짜 고마워요. So kind of you. And Rosie, really? Yes, it's one of the most important ones. And I tried to answer your questions during this live streaming, so I hope this is okay. But if you have any other question, leave a comment on Korean Class 101 YouTube channels. And Mr. Channel, are there Korean words for nasalization, aspiration, fortis, and lenition? So these rules are not taught to Korean children in school? That's a good question. These rules are learned at school. When I was a kid, or even when I was in middle school or like high school, we learned these rules. Even if we know how to pronounce it, we naturally pronounce. So we never thought about the rules. So in school, we learned it. But when we become adult, we just don't remember. Because we pronounce it naturally, we just don't remember about the rules. Okay. 안녕 also has an air blocking sounds. Nope. 안녕, 안녕. 짠, this is and These are all nasal sounds. Air blocking sounds is more like ak, at, up, like kat, tat, pop, like this. This is basically These are air blocking sounds or stop sounds. Ellen, thank you for the smile. Priyanka. Today we all did a lot of homework. Today's topic was tough, but our lovely teacher made it easy to understand. I'm happy to hear that. 고마워요. Okay, so another homework for you, for those of you who want to practice more Korean. Oh, today's lesson was long. So please practice the word that you learned today. 오늘 배운 단어를 연습해 보세요. If you want, you can leave a comment on Korean Class 101 YouTube channel, or you can even tag me, then I'll correct you. Okay, and before leaving, please everyone, don't forget to check out the link in the description and practice Hangul, the Korean alphabet, with this free Hangul writing worksheet. 짜잔! You can learn the Korean alphabet here and practice writing, and you can also learn a few Korean words like this. I know you cannot see, but here. See the screenshot here. Okay, so if anyone who watched this video from the middle, I'm sure it will be not easy to understand, right, Rosie? Then please feel free to watch again on YouTube. It's free. And next week, of course, I'll be back. And next week's topic will be flowing. It's about the 리을 and 니은. What happens when they meet? when they meet. Actually, some people already talk about this rule, so I try not to spoil. But next week's topic is this. It will be 1 p.m. in Korean time, as usual, Thursday, May 23rd. So please join in again and I'll be waiting for you. 감사합니다, 엘렌 가일론. So, 타라나, Fluffy, and Rosie, Kohati, and Billy Jana, and Phyllistas, Trevon, Priyanka, 감사합니다. Thank you so much and see you next week. Bye.